Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video, we got some news to break down. We're starting off the week with a bang. Lots of stuff happening with Clan v Clan in December. Big breaking news today. First of all, as Plarium has actually listened. Community feedback has had an effect, and Plarium has made a change. So we do have a personal rewards Clan v Clan kicking off tomorrow, guys. So that's starting tomorrow. And I will be streaming this as well here on YouTube, right on this YouTube channel. So probably about an hour or so after it starts, I will be logging on and streaming. I'll hang out with you guys usually for a couple of hours, so you can come hang out with me, see my pushing strategy, see what I'm working on, and just ask questions and hang out. So yeah, I invite you to come along to that if you're interested. But this one is going to be personal rewards. Now, Plarium had announced as well that 2 weeks from now, so the 20th and 21st, I believe, of December, was going to be another personal rewards CvC, making that 3 in a row, which is kind of overwhelming, to be honest. People were not happy, to put it mildly. Plarium, though, has apparently listened, which again shocks me, but here we are. And they have actually cancelled that being a personal rewards CvC. So there will still be a Clan v Clan tournament 2 weeks from now on the 20th, 21st of December, but it's not going to be a personal rewards one, which is great news. It means that you can actually relax and enjoy the holiday season, which is great, because that's coming really close to the time when, you know, a lot of people are going to be extremely busy around that time, you know, with all the family stuff that tends to be going on. So yeah, I think that's a great change. There's a good chance that we're going to have personal rewards then maybe 2 weeks after that. So you're looking at the start of January. Decent chance for big personal rewards there to kick off 2023 with a bang. But there you go. So that has changed. So that's good. Right, this personal rewards kicking off. A couple of things to watch out for with this one. I would say number one, if you have been logging in, right, this Rhonda chase, we are going to claim her. If you've been logging in every day since this came out, you will be able to claim Rhonda as soon as you log in tomorrow. Now, for me, I don't know how it works in every single time zone, but for me, the time zone ticks over at midnight, right? So if I was to log in any time after midnight, I'd actually get Rhonda before the CvC starts, which is really bad. So what you want to do is make sure that once your daily turnover happens, I suppose the easiest way to check that is you go into your daily quest. So there's 10 hours left, right? So I can play for 10 hours, but once I come close to that 10-hour marker, do not log in until the Clan v Clan has actually started. And bearing in mind, guys, as well, that there's like a 10-minute countdown, so give it a little bit of leeway, you know? Log in half an hour after this timer's gonna stop, just to be safe, if you want. And yeah, then you will get Rhonda when you log in and Clan v Clan has started. That's 30,000 Clan v Clan points. That is a huge amount of Clan v Clan points. It really adds up. Like in terms of personal rewards for tier 6, it's almost 10% of the total amounts of points that you need, right? I'm not sure. For tier 1 and tier 2, can we see? We can't quite. I mean, if you look at tier 1, if you got 20 people in your clan did that, you'd max out the tier 1 of Clan v Clan just by 20 people grabbing the Rhonda. It's a really big deal. So I highly recommend you do that. Yeah, it's a big idea to do. And then we are also going to be having some 10x events during this. Again, I really recommend, like, there's been so much negative feedback about this stuff and Plarium in general over the last week, which of course means 10v10 comes up as a pain point. Please do not be the person, please, that goes in, spends a ton of money buying shards for 10x events, pulls for it, and then comes in complaining, why don't they change it from a 10x event? I just spent hundreds, thousands of dollars, and Plarium won't change it. Again, the reason they're not changing it is because of you, if that's you. You know, come on. 10x events, they can be good for legendaries. They can be good if you're close to Mercy, like very close to Mercy, like you're within your Mercy timer. It might be worth pulling if these champions would be good for you, but that is about it. And I really don't recommend buying shards for them, for goodness sake. Anyway, the 2 champions on Tuesday, so that's tomorrow. It's going to be a 10x for Corvus the Corrupter. So he's the new Sacred Order dude. I thought this guy's pretty cool, right? So he comes in, he puts out a lot of poisons and poison sensitivity on his A3. He then can extend enemy debuffs and extend ally buffs on his A2. A1 decrease attack. decrease damage enemies under poison do, defense aura in all battles. This guy's going to be a god for Demon Lord clan boss. That's kind of a given, really. I did a whole showcase of him with YST as well. We ran him through some dungeons. He's kind of like Dark Kale 2.0, really. He's not a very... in terms of Ice Golem, in terms of pure soloing it, he doesn't have enough healing. In fact, he's got no self-healing in his kit. So it's really difficult to make him solo Ice Golem. I think it's possible, but you need exceptionally good gear, like really, really good gear. So it's not really viable. There's better options. And in terms of soloing Dragon, again, he can do it, but he's the bad affinity for Dragon Stage 25. So again, it makes it really gear intensive. Now, what he does really well, though, is going in with a team, a Poison Explosion team. You can check out that video to see, but we did it with Elenarl, Corvus, and 2 Renegades, and that's what you need. Or a Kymar instead of 2 Renegades. And you can bring in food champions then as well. You can do what you want, but they can absolutely rip through those dungeons extremely fast with very few champions. You just need, like I said, a Poison Exploder, Xavia or Elenarl. You need Corvus, and then you can bring in a Kymar, or because it's such a small team, you can bring in 2 Renegades instead of 1 Kymar, and you can do it just like that. So that's pretty cool. In terms of how excited I am for him, I don't know. I probably wouldn't be rushing out for this guy myself, but I think he's a really good champion. But like for me, he wouldn't really change anything on my account. I already have Poison Explosion teams built, and I might bring him in instead of Dark Kale. He'd be an upgrade there, and I could build Dark Kale specifically for Fire Knight. The triple hit A1 is good, but yeah, I wouldn't be rushing out to get this guy, but I'd be happy to pull him. I think he's just one of those sort of middle of the road champions for my account, where it's like, I'll look forward to getting him, and it's hype if I do, but I don't need to, I'm not crying that I don't have him, like, with the Duchess or something, right? And then on Wednesday, a better champion, in my opinion, Cardiel. I think Cardiel is actually extremely good, but Cardiel is going to be a 10x from Voids. This is one where I would be tempted to go for it potentially. Again, if you're very close to Void Mercy, it takes a gosh darn long time to get there. It's not even that useful, is it? Recommending if you're close to Void Mercy. Because I think we did a breakdown recently. You probably, as a free-to-play player, you get close to Void Mercy probably once every year and a half or something like that. Like it's not very common to get close to Void Mercy. Maybe once a year you'll hit Mercy on Voids. But if you could hit Mercy with a 10x for Cardiel, it might well be worth it. This guy's really good. He does a ton of healing, especially because he can join in these ally attacks. His A1 does a ton of healing, much more than you would think. He's got the Revive on Death with block debuffs. I think this could be extremely good for the new dungeon. It looks like Revive on Death was a strategy, at least in the promo video Plarium put out, that might be important. I don't know if that actually will be important, but it's something to consider. And then he's got obviously the ally attack, which is probably going to be not great for that boss, but hey, it's still something. So there you go. The reason I think this guy's so good, he's a solid arena champion, really strong, coming in as a big cleanser. And then he's particularly good, especially for Hydra. He shows up in a lot of the top Hydra teams, a lot of the top clan boss teams as well. This guy is just a beast, right? Effectively, instead of bringing in a reviver, someone like Sifi or Duchess to give you a lot of defensiveness, you have this guy coming in with the speed. I guess Duchess gives you speed aura as well, but you get the speed aura, you get the ally attack, and he does so much healing, and the Revive on Death, the cleansing, they sort of keeps you up anyway, and it's just sort of ups the damage of like your Hydra keep, which is pretty cool. So I think he's pretty damn good. I'd really like a Cardiel, but again, it's a 10x event, so use your brain, please. I beg you. But yeah, look, that is the basically the news for today. So personal rewards CvC tomorrow, no other personal rewards CvC for December. So this is when people are going to be going all out. I will be streaming. Make sure not to waste your Rhonda if you care about her for Clan v Clan points, and I think you might as well. Why the heck not? It's going to add up. Like, I mean, let me actually double check that. I'm curious. If we look at like tier 1, it's going to get you a chunk of the way up the personal rewards. I mean, it's a lot of the points that you need to get your tier 1 personal rewards locked in case your clan does win. Like, there's no real reason not to do this and put your clan in the advantage. So look, there you go. That's the news for CvC this week. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow for that stream. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.